Alright, what kind of horrors might wait inside? Tied up from outside. The scanners do not suggest there is anyone inside. As I told you, they all left. Slice the rope with a knife. The knot's old. Hard to... There. I will wait out here. You really don't know what's inside? There's a large winch inside, Micus, which I do not intend to meet again. You will forgive me, I hope. 6, you stay with Yazi. I would be delighted to, mistress. Please do not do anything dangerous in there. Now I can keep any secrets I find, but also lose out on this analysis.
Pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do, weeks even.
What could be down here to be worth all this? This is the loudest game I've played since like Sonic the Hedgehog ports. Like Sonic Adventure 2 on the Xbox 360, I think, or whatever port. Which just had the most crunched ass, disastrous audio. But yeah, ultimately any closed entrance is not keeping anyone in or out. And of course, when I mean volume, I don't mean like the volume that the game is set to, or like the computer has the game set to. I just mean like it is incredibly compressed. Like I'm looking at the I'm looking right now at my own recording audio for this game, which will be processed differently by the time it gets to you. But the audio is just maxed out all the time. That entire string section and commentary and like the voice and the strings are competing with each other for dominance, and they're both spiking the audio into the red zone. And now that the even now that we're done with that, just the wind has my audio in the yellow, and I'm like, damn, it's just ambience. Well, Roy would love this. Maybe Renba bought it from her. For the lights, perhaps? Let's see now. Light!
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse, a pit big enough to hold an eagle. Renba, I wish I knew what you were playing at. No choice then. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger it. Now we can become buried. Look at us go. The slats are interesting. The floor is so uneven and unsafe that they have to use all these platforms to like be able to actually haul stuff around. Which is why you would have like just a wooden walkway here just at the top where the ground is already flat. It's like, yeah, it's flat, but you can't carry stuff across it well. An inscription. This one is several words. Data one. Or it could have been that one. Oopsie. It's gonna be that one. I went too fast. I can add my translation for this to my dictionary now. Yeah! I'm so good at video games. Okay. Carry this load house await book. Probably load, because it's a winch and whatnot. It seems pretty straightforward. Does carry this load make sense? What is this, a winch or a glory? Never mind. I guess this is what crushed Yazi's arm. They rebuilt it, kept it working. Here goes. This board seems weaker than the others. I go by the waters. I go by the waters. Huh. Made it. This seems like a bad idea. Here goes. Oh no. By the moons. That was a little close. Not that way then. There's no way I could jump that. No way anyone could. Yeah. Distance-wise, it looks very doable, but the target is basically just a board, so it's kind of not good. I could drop down. Maybe. There's sand down there. But how would I get back up? This plank was loose. I could probably drag it. I'm sure I can do this. This is gonna work out fine. Just grab the loose plank and then cross it again over here. Yep. With luck, that should hold. If Six could see me now, he would complain and not be able to do anything about it because he's got wheels or treads. Here goes nothing. Easy. Easy. That wasn't so bad. I just hope I'm not stuck down here. You're not currently stuck down here because you could just move the board again to get back up. If something else goes wrong, you might be stuck and might have to do some yelling. Well, there's certainly something buried down here. But I can't make out what. If she could really do with a partner of some kind on these missions that is another able-bodied human and whatnot, because she takes risks very regularly. I mean, I am doing them obviously, but I'm like, I'm playing a video game, and I also like I do kind of assume that on some level this is like the main objective stuff, but maybe you can go resolve the story without going in down here at all. But like right now, even if she can get attention when she's stuck down here, her help is somebody whose arm is busted and somebody who doesn't have legs. So not a lot of people that can easily do anything about the situation, really. And they're isolated on a planet where nobody knows that she's even here. There's just a lot of reasons why you'd want to have a backup on these missions. I can't make out what. I wonder what Yazi and Six are up to. Another plank. Longer than the ones higher up. Well, here goes. The silence. There. Bits of metal. Fittings. Eyelets. Hooks. Spare parts. And something else. What's this? This is a yellowing map of the Nebula, dating from at least the earliest days of the Empire. I hardly recognize any of these river shapes. That central swirl must be the Iox spiral. Ooh, that's a lot. There's a few words in this one. Ooh, that's a new one. We've never seen that one before. See, that mountain's not in here. This is in here, I guess. This is the only one we knew? Okay. Shit. Palace of Rivers, Knowledge of Goddess, Temple of Soldiers, Mine of Princes, Bless Should Value, Princes, Goddesses? Don't we know the word goddess? If this is the plural version, that seems out of place. Well, if that's the symbol for emperor, and we know that, then I would say this is the palace, because I think the mountain means place. It's like the place of emperors. Human should, because that looks like the icon for should, which apparently we know now. Human should, human, diamond, square diamond. Doesn't really look like bless. It kind of looks like the Emperor icon is like a dude with a scepter overruling that ruling over just dudes, basically. So this is like ruling over infinite people because of the circle, meaning infinite potentially. I don't know, it's definitely people. It's not rivers. I don't know, maybe goddesses. Kind of a leap. I can still change my mind, but Palace of Goddesses? A name for Iox, perhaps. The center of all things. Another generator. Let's see what's down here. What is that? Is that a hole? It's beautiful. By the waters. This thing down here. It's a boat. Imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? Here's some proper archaeology. They found an entire crash. A wooden spar? Inset with metal rings for ropes. I don't know how to... I see the dot. I don't know how to make the prompt come up. Climb down, I guess, via there. Well, it held the first time. Oh no. That was so loud, actually. Damn. Oof. Ouch. I'm glad no one saw that. There's some cloth here. It broke my fall. We're also just in the sand. You're probably fine. I totally forgot. For a second there, I was about to say, like, wow, they're introducing a health bar out of nowhere all this time into the game. That's funny. Then I remembered, oh, in the tutorial, I had to stop and rest before I could continue in the tutorial. Like, that's one of the only mechanics that was established technically. It just never came up since then, to the point where it's like startling to have it come up now. But I don't exactly expect this game to be like a survival sim all of a sudden. It's really thick and heavy. Sailcloth. Do you need cloth to break your fall if it's already sand? I guess the floor might be more stone or something down here since it's an excavation. The funny thing is that it was introduced in a tutorial, technically, or a prologue where you learn, normally in a prologue that's set apart where mechanics are run through one by one. That's like a tutorial, even if it's not explained like out loud. It's like, this is meant to prime you on the mechanics. I don't actually know how that meter works, though. I kind of thought that maybe I couldn't move until it was gone, like it's just a rest requirement, but I'm not entirely sure if that was just me getting stuck or something during that part of the first level. There's an inscription here. That's a long word. Nice of them to space things out this time. Let me think. On a wooden spar. Not seeing anything even close to the second word. Let's say cowards. Maybe. It looks kind of like the word for... Oh. I was gonna say like the words for death and fear, but death we don't know. We do know fear, apparently. And if that's fear, then... Oh yeah, it's cowards. It literally is purple. It's person dot fear. The people that are fearful cowards. Place protection. I'm gonna say luxury is for cowards. This is definitely a tiny grammar word, right? Like it's either is or one. Luxury is for cowards. A potential inherent flaw with the entire way we're interpreting these things is that I make nice little tidy sentences, but there's no reason to assume that they have the same grammar that we do. They've dug as far as they can. Underneath the supports. Yazi was right. Whoever was running this place didn't care much for safety. A metal ring. It's a hatch. And it's etched with symbols. I've got one of these words in my notebook, but I can take a chance on what's left. So why is it going over there? Oh, I can't highlight carry because it's locked in. Carry crystals from serpent's tongue, serpent's eye. That thing means light, and this means person light. So person light would be eye, because you see light potentially. This looks like from because it looks like grammar. It's just really simple. Even here it says of and for. The X being the opposite of for, being from. Kind of. As opposed to like barrels. Carry crystals from Serpent's Eye. Maybe not. Crystal also hasn't been confirmed yet, so we're not sure about that. Let's see, that means all. I think that means all, and that means luxury. Danger. I think I've only encountered the word all once. My issue was that nothing about this actually screams serpent to me. It's just too satisfying of a word to put in the sentence. But that's all. That's the only connection. I think this means danger, because we associate those terms with like all and luxury. So the opposite of that maybe. But it's hard to be sure. Carry crystals from Danger Eye. Yeah, that's probably the most wrong I've ever been. Buried treasure, is it, Renba? Is that what all this is about? Anything else over here, by the way? I peered down into a dusty, gloomy space. Maybe I can just... There's something here. Yeah, it's not even deep in. Those are like straight up crystals. I found something. Iolite? It must be. Also giant purple crystals, but I guess we don't care about those ones or something. Piece of dull crystal found. What are we gonna do with that? I've been using the timeline in this game less than I expected. Oh, I've been down here long enough. Oh, it didn't show her climbing, I guess. I've been using it less than expected, but I kind of... One, it's really cumbersome, and two, I'm not entirely sure how to navigate or what my goal is half the time with it. If it does have gameplay usage, besides just maybe being a visualization of the history of the world. At the same time, like, I think that we are putting together language, but haven't necessarily uncovered a ton of history yet, so the timeline I don't necessarily will have a lot of use yet. Not going back down there again. All right, well then we'll get back outside to the other camp. Check that out. Hope you two have been getting along out here. Mistress, you have returned. 6? Where's Yazi? Mistress, you may observe that Master Yazi is no longer here. He explained I should wait here for you in case you cried out for help. Which way did Yazi go? Around the back of the tent, mistress. He did not explain his purpose. We'll have to find him. We can't leave him down here. Yazi's around here somewhere. I watched him walk away, mistress. Around the back of the tent, mistress. One of the options was to say that I told you to watch him, but then he would just respond, no you didn't. Because I didn't. There's something very funny about insisting on using that one spot as the entrance and exit when there's clearly a giant opening right there. And there's one at every corner. You have sailed before, 6? I don't know, mistress. When I connect to the winches aboard the ship, they do seem to fit. I wonder if I once enjoyed sailing. Climbing the sand will be exhausting, mistress. Well, it's my boat. You remember that? I cannot own property, mistress. I am property. If we really want to know what Renbo was doing, we should follow Yazi. He knows more than he told us. This is steep, mistress, and the air is poor. It's a camp. Yazi! Show yourself! Oh, he came up here? I was intentionally avoiding where I thought he went, which was, I thought was, behind the tent. We didn't go behind the tent, or even around a single corner of the tent, so I figured this was not where he went. But I did want to explore this first, and then maybe get around to where he went afterwards, because, he's up to whatever he's up to. And it might be the story, for all I know. But I guess everything was pointing towards here. It's weird that the dialogue says behind the tent, because that's just the side of the tent we were already on. We didn't even turn a single corner of the tent to get here. Holy crap, that stamina went down really quickly, though. Even after I was done pressing buttons, basically, it just, it was instantly down. Whoa! Ioxian. This is why you wanted to come back. There's people here. What's going on, Yazi? I'm leaving. Just like your Ioxian friend did. He left you here? When he packed his workers back onto his ship, he did not bother to count them. There's space for all of us on the Nightingale. You cannot trust Ioxians. We're leaving now, with your ship. Without you. Someone will come for you, I am sure. You won't be able to fly the ship without me. By the waters and the stones. You think everyone on Elbereth has 2 left thumbs? We shouldn't waste any more time. You have been here too long already. You can't strand me here. You wouldn't. Your man showed us no kindness. He wasn't my man. I didn't even know him. Do not try to stop us. Remember, he drove us to this. Curse his name, not ours. It doesn't have to be like this.
There was no reply.
If I may, I believe we should leave this moon swiftly. Have you done something to the Nightingale? Nothing, mistress. But I do suggest we remove it. I will activate the hopper now. No. And so we left the camp and returned to the ship. Well. Inferred the existence of a previously unknown site. I wanted to explore the area for potential stuff. There's probably stuff here, there always is. But yeah, I can obviously beat them back to the ship. But he obviously had an ulterior motive. Can I still let them on? We returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. We should sail to Iox and tell Miari what we've seen. I think I can see them. I can see Yazi's limp. What do we do about those two down there, Six? We can't just leave them. I can hop her down and retrieve them, mistress. Do you think they'll try to overpower me? Steal the ship? The man has only one functional arm, mistress. I would say the odds are even or better. You think we should? No, mistress. I am quite content to leave them behind. However, I anticipate such an action would cause you some internal harm. You have a core as well as I. All right, go and get them. Really, mistress. You came back for us. Of course I did. You would have come back for me. Of course. Or sent someone, in the end. So what are we going to do with you? There is nowhere in the Nebula for us. On Elbereth we are slaves. We will have to return to the market. I will have to return to the market. I am owned. I don't want to choose for you. But I've got to take you somewhere. There is a moon. Renaki, I've heard of it. A market moon. We might find work there. You really don't want to go to Iox? Iox is a moon of devils. You are from Elbereth. Hey! We earned being called Elberethian for once. Renaki, then. 6, chart our course. At least you are safe, Sia. No one is ever safe, Yazi. Yes, mistress. Way up there. Okay. At this point, I'm just enjoying the idea of never going back to Miari for as long as possible. It might mess with the story. It also might frustrate the shit out of people, but it's definitely a unique approach to this whole thing if I do it. It's definitely one thing I could do to make this playthrough a little different, potentially. It's just, we've established that he doesn't have my best interest at heart. Sailing to Renaki in the Renaki Reach via Ghost Wake in the lower reach. This is going to be a long one. We've established that 6 does not have our best interest at heart, necessarily. Because his loyalties are with somebody else, and he cannot choose to be loyal in any other way. There's an unexplored river to the right. But I think it might head towards our destination. What could go wrong? Here's what I don't understand about Renba 6. What makes a roboticist take up treasure hunting? I missed the turn. This is the worst part of the game by a huge margin. What got him started? One of the roughest things is you just can't tell where you're going. The camera does not help you spot the spots. A robot mistress? Oh, this is fast. Okay, this will cover some distance. We're in a rapid. It's long distance, so that's encouraging. Let's hope that was the way we wanted to go. Space water. It's water in space. How did Renba know that boat was buried down there? I don't know. He just walked out across the plain and stopped and pointed down. I guess, yeah, this is Yazi talking, maybe? And he said, "You dig here." It's very hard to tell who's talking sometimes. And there it was. We will need to turn right shortly, mistress. He almost always gives directions when it's obvious what's going to happen, but whenever I'm about to get blindsided by a turn, he usually hasn't given me anything useful. It's rough because if you look at out there at space and everything, it's a really cool visual. Thematically, this is really neat for the game. We're not through it yet. But actually playing these parts is kind of rough, to the point where you almost wish they were just on autopilot, but without having to skip it. Turn us left shortly, mistress. Multitasking with playing it and reading the text is its own kind of stressful thing to deal with. Oh, see ya. Renba told me he was looking for an observatory. Mistress, I was not aware of this. He found a boat. What's the camera doing? I didn't do that. And what is an observatory? An observatory is a place for watching the stars. Oh, I see. He did find something then. An artifact. A telescope, I think. Once he found it, that was when he left. He barely even tied up the tent. Is it the silver telescope that I sold? I think he took something similar from a ruin near Mercy. I think I had sold that item. That might have been a telescope. Perhaps he was collecting them. Ooh. There was just a weird little incomplete house there. What? That can't be a great place to live, right? I think I saw some kind of structure just then. But we've passed it now. What was up with that house? Could I have stopped there? I think the places you can stop are normally a dead end. Water's above. Go straight on here, mistress. We're not through it yet. Yeah, this is a very long distance trip compared to what we've done in the past. She wasn't joking when one of the options was that it's out of our way. I saw a ruin at the water's edge, but I saw no reason for the journey of the fate of two people's lives to be interrupted by, but we're not stopping for it now. I saw no reason for two people's fates to be affected forever because we were too lazy to just do a trip for them when they're slaves with no agency in the situation. Renaki, a market moon. Perhaps Yazi and Sia can be happy here. Earlier she said, 6, prepared the hopper to avoid some notice, but I was talking. Welcome to Renaki. Micus. I didn't know there were places like this. I had heard, but... Yazi. They are looking at us. Don't worry about them. They'll get used to you quickly enough. So... what should we do? Talk to people. There's water enough here. People here will need cleaners, housekeepers, even gardeners. This is a hard thing, you ask, Ioxian. Had we stolen your boat, we would have sailed forever and never found this place. Good faith to you. I hope you can make it a home. Take care of yourselves. What are you looking at, Yazi? You two. Look at you. You could be sisters. Perhaps we are. I grew up in an orphanage on Albereth. I never knew my parents. If they were my parents, then you were better off without them. I'd still like to know who they were. My advice: find someone the right age who you like, and pick them. But don't go chasing ghosts. You might find them. Good faith to you. I had a few days to pocket the treasures the Ioxian wretch left behind. They should be enough. Come on, Yazi. And hold up your head. Now let's see if we can find anything I want from this place. Well, I hope they do all right for themselves. Any sign of ruins on this moon? No, mistress. This moon appears well inhabited. Nothing here is old.
Hawkers shouted each other down about their wares.
It sucks that they're going to leave me to die, although they might have sent someone for help or let people know that I was there at some point. They were in a bad situation they needed to escape, so it's understandable on some level. Amethyst plums. The people here seem affluent. My analysis of the air suggests a high moisture content. That's not what affluent means. Rugs. The pattern's similar to the one on the Nightingale. Miari gave me that one. Is Miari from here? Is that what we've learned? Maybe I could retire somewhere like this. It seems comfortable. There's a plant up there in that window. This place doesn't seem wealthy compared to Iox. Iox is staggeringly wealthy, mistress. Iox is wealthy enough not to trade. Good faith. Good faith to you, fine lady. Would the lady care for a flat mango, perhaps? Where do you get your fruit from? It seems very fresh. It is fresh indeed. I grow it myself. Carnival grapes, fizzy just today? What are those? Ah, the lady is from Iox. Something less exotic, then. Perhaps I can interest you in a kumquat fist. A what now? You heard. How about a red pomelo? You can't possibly object to one of those. I'm a stranger here. What should I see on Renaki? We are a simple moon. We have many traders. Many ships come and go. I wouldn't sail on one myself, naturally. I don't recognize half these fruits. You grow them locally? Yeah, that's what he said. I grow them in my tubs, on my roofs. I am blessed with several roofs. So probably just up there, right? I guess we're not gonna eat. I lost the dialogue options for eating. When she reacted to kumquat fist the way she did, I was like, is that an insult? Was that not a real option? But I think it was a real option. Lanterns. I wonder if the glass is blown locally. After how poorly I was received elsewhere, I was bracing for people to be after me here. It really was just like the equivalent of like, ah, a tourist, don't worry, they come in not spicy. There's a few more people through here.
The market of Renaki seemed to never end. Shoemakers sold boots to the fruit sellers, who sold sour apples to the knife makers, whose blades the shoemakers used to make boots. I don't know if anyone on Renaki ever slept, but if they did, I bet they bought and sold their dreams.
This place is so happy. I can't imagine Elbereth being like this. Wealth. And distance from Iox. With their powers combined, they are just a bunch of tradesmen, basically. Just everyone just keeping busy all the time. Crafting things and trading the things that they craft with each other to have all of the things that they want. Forgive me, but do you live in Renaki? I do. What can you tell me about this moon? Her duplicate. We are, as you see us, I think. Most come here to trade. Good faith, lady.
A fountain was messing about in the middle of the square.
Messing about?
Passers-by.
What you doing here, fountain messing about? You taking the piss? Sorry, I just wasn't fully ready for that phrasing. Can you imagine a fountain like this on Elbereth? Just spilling water into the street. This place is so wealthy. Throwing water about like it's nothing. You don't have to be wealthy to waste water. You could just be from a place that has a lot of water, and then you just like, it just happens. There's just water all over the place. They said there's a high moisture content in the air. I think this might just be a wet planet. Where does the water come from? Is there a wellspring right here? No, mistress. I believe the water is pumped up and cycled. A show of wealth, then. Whose wealth, though? Pottery. They can't sell all these, surely. Unless they break them after every meal. It's not that many pots. This is just a regular-ass table. When I go to a convention, there's just a bunch of stuff on a table. I expect that's probably will get sold. Vases. I prefer them to pots anyway. I'd keep my paintbrushes in them if I painted. Or flowers. I wonder what people here use them for. They're for oil and water. For bathing. How could you not know that? How did you hear me? Am I that annoying? Yes? I'm new here. New to the market? To this moon. Do you mean you sailed here? You just sat down here to tell me that. Where are you from, anyway? I am from Elbereth. Oh. Elbereth isn't very nice, I'm told. Unlucky places never are. No, I suppose not. What's your book? I like books. Was this Ruby? Nothing wrong with that, is there? I love books too. I also asked what it was, not do you free to defend them, do you? I barely have any. You're surrounded by books, aren't you? Well, I suppose so. But they're all the same book. I work on Iox. There are libraries there. Iox? I've always wanted to visit a real library. Iox has 3. Thousands of books. Some are so old no one can read them. You're teasing me. You should sail there sometime. I don't think so, lady. My soul is pure. Now we're getting to what's going on with people. Weird lines like, I would never sail naturally. What, you sailed here? Like, there's numerous reactions putting weight on that particular idea, and here we go. And what do you mean by that? Only what everyone knows. The rivers damage the souls that sail them. Some people say reading is sinful. I read and sail. How appalling. I'm sorry, but most people wouldn't just say it like that. Doesn't your husband complain? I don't have a husband. Of course you don't. You're about to get feminisms, lady. Gonna get you. I'm an archaeologist. I find old sites, ruins. I'm interested in history, in other places. Really. I read books for the same reason, I suppose. But I'm sure you're on the wrong moon. There's nothing like that here. Please excuse me. I don't get much time. My father will have me back at the account soon enough. I'm looking for dealers in old artifacts. I'm told this is a market moon. It is as you see it. But I've never heard of anything like an artifact. Everyone here trades what people need. But everything is new? Nothing is old. Well, there's always Amadou, of course. He deals in servos. That's his marquee above the lizard cellar. But you've already got one. This one's on loan. You must have fine friends then. Good faith to you. And to you.
I can smell fried meat, spiced apple, fresh leather, wealth.
Keep your eyes open. My eyes do not close, mistress. They do not exist. Well, this planet's interesting. They got their own particular beliefs. And I feel like we're going to unpack that more. The idea that they're always making stuff, and it's always all new. It's like this capitalist churn of sorts that's interesting to unpack. The only thing that's old here is the machines, because you can't. No one knows how to make new ones.